Good morning, ladies. Welcome back to Tuesday Talks with Tina. I'm your host, Tina. We are on week 12, How to Stop Overeating. Let's get into it. All right. So, Tuesday Talks, I know you've been in, start over. Good morning. Welcome back to Tuesday Talks with Tina. We're on week 12, How to Stop Overeating. So, Tuesday Talks with Tina, what is it? So, it's a weekly intentional fitness focused self care. So, this one is guided. I know you're doing the self paced version, but if you have not yet, please go and pick up the journal. It is a hard copy now. You can find that through Amazon, something that Shelly and I printed out for you. So, we hope that you are able to use that throughout your daily life. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Shelly. So, who am I? So, I'm a business owner, a certified trainer and coach. I'm currently serving in the Air National Guard, going on my fifth year. I cannot believe it either. 5 years in already. And I'm an advocate for women finding balance because we're always trying to do things for other people and we tend to put ourselves on the back burner. So, what I like to do is just help push gently, um, guiding you towards taking care of you first. You know how they say when you get on the flight, you put your own mask on first before you can help anyone else? Same concept. All right, so I do have a disclaimer for you. I am not a medical professional at all. I am certified personal trainer and coach, but before you start any new fitness routine or regimen, I do advise that you contact your primary care physician. Just get some blood work done and things like that. All right, we also have a funding disclaimer. Funding for this initiative is provided in part by Mission Ambition LLC and Tina Cathay Lifestyle LLC. Also, we have many military women participating in this series, thanks to Michigan Department of Health and Human Services through the Community Mental Health Association of Michigan. They're providing additional funding for the initiative through a federal community mental health block grant and a substance abuse prevention and treatment block grant supporting women better and strong. All right, just a couple guidelines. Please be respectful, no selling or soliciting, and don't judge others or yourself. Let's get into just a little bit of what we talked about last week in week 11. So, we talked about how to stop guilty eating. I know we're going to go into a topic that's kind of like a subhead of this, but we talked about how to stop guilty eating and ways to appreciate your body, because you don't want to go around not loving who you are, not loving your body. And also how body comparisons can be harmful, especially with today's age in social media. It's so easy to just go on Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform that you use and look at what other people are choosing to share. It's glamorous photos, the sun is always shining, nothing looks, I'll say real. But try not to compare yourself to that to those people because they're not showing you the full picture. All right, how to meet your body where it is. So if you're starting today, good on you. Don't look about what you did in the past. Just figure out what you need to do today, and meet your body where it is. If you're wanting to run, but right now you're starting off with walking, that's absolutely fine. Start there and then take it one step at a time. You're going to progress if you stay consistent and just keep moving. But don't shame your body. Your body is beautiful. All right, let's get into the first part of our lesson. But before I start diving into this, I do want you to grab a notepad, a pen or pencil, something to take notes for yourself, or if you also have any questions that might come up as we go through the slides. We're going to start off with Why overeating hinders fitness goals. And some of them are super obvious, but the obvious sometimes needs reminders. So we're going to go into the first one, too many calories. So this is one of those obvious ones. If you're consuming too many calories, beyond what your body is burning, then you're going to gain weight because your body is going to hang on to those calories, and you're not burning anything off. So your body is going to store whatever glucose, the carbs that you're eating, turn that into fat. And that is energy. But if you have too much stored energy, that is not what we want. We want to utilize that energy by walking, by running, dancing, lifting weights, swimming. It could be whatever physical activity that you want, but we don't want to take in too much, and then just sit down and just chill all day. That is the opposite of what our bodies are designed for. We are designed to move, to bend, and things like that. Um, and I know you're probably thinking, like, well, how can I not consume too many calories? We're definitely going to get into that. So put a pin in that, and just stay tuned. All right. So, how else can overeating hinder your fitness goals? Well, if you overeat, I know I've done this before, especially during the holidays, right? You got to try every single pie. You have to try grandma's new dressing. You have to have that turkey with the gravy, blah, 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 all those things, or even like birthdays, holiday celebrations. There's always so much food around. You're like, man, I don't eat this often. I want to try everything. You can try everything, just in smaller portions and in moderation. But when you eat too much, it just has you left feeling tired and sluggish. Have you felt that before? Yeah, I have. So, try not to overeat because then if you overeat, you're not going to want to do anything. How many times have you done that at work? Had a big lunch and then you're just 2:30 comes around. You're just like, I am done. I'm mentally taxed out. I ate too much. I just want to sit here or lay here if you work from home. But let's try to avoid that, by, again, eating smaller portions and things like that in moderation. Then next we have, overeating creates a cycle of poor eating habits because then we start to snowball into having a bad relationship with food. And food is good, right? Especially if it's something that you've made with love or someone made with love for you. Like food just tastes good, and I hope your food tastes good. But if we continue to continuously like overeat and feed our body way too much in one sitting, um, we go back into last week's talk about guilty eating. So you start to feel guilty about what you eat, how much you eat, and then you start looking at food differently. And food is supposed to make you feel good. Food, it tastes good. It's associated with gatherings, good, happy feelings and gatherings with friends or family or even coworkers. So if we continuously overeat, that just creates that cycle, of negative thoughts and negative feelings towards food, and we definitely do not want that, right? All right, so this is why I needed you to grab your journal, pen or pencil. It is journal time. So, what I want you to do now is after I read the prompt, I want you to pause your video. I'm going to give you 2 minutes and you're going to journal. So, who or what triggers your overeating and why? Pause the video now, take 2 minutes, think about it. Don't think too hard. I don't want you to get all stressed and whatnot, but just jot that down. And this is for you. All right. So just pause the video. Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to go into lesson 2, tips to practice portion control. So there's so many ways and tips and things that you can utilize to practice portion control. So I want to go into a couple of my favorites. So I've used MyFitnessPal. That's this one over here, the blue one on the screen here. And most people are familiar with that one. That one is also that's a free app that you can use to count calories and things like that. And they have a lot of new updates, and they're always adding new things within the app. You can also find workouts in there, different tips and recipes just to keep you moving along and keep you engaged in your nutrition. There are some features in the app that are not free, that I think you can get a trial for, but they do have a yearly subscription for that. I am not endorsing any of these. I'm just sharing with you what I like and what I've used in the past. And MyFitnessPal is a great starting point to use. The app is definitely user friendly. You can also count macros on that. So macros are short for macronutrients. So the big three is your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. So those are the things that people typically track to see and make sure they're getting enough of those, because the protein is going to make you full longer, the carbs are going to give you your energy, and the fats is for overall function and health, especially for your brain and whatnot. So if you want to track those things or any other things, you can definitely use MyFitnessPal. Now, the other one, the circle one, is macro factor. That is something that I've just started using over the past year, and I absolutely love this. So, macro factor is another app. That one is not free, but you can, I believe, start with a free trial. I've paid for the subscription for that. They have monthly and they also have annually. Now, what do I like about this one? This one, similar to MyFitnessPal, but it's a little bit more robust and science based. So you can put in your weight. You can track your weight in that one. You can track your measurements. And also, this one is really good for tracking your macronutrients, what I just stated, the carbs, proteins, and fats. And it also does graphs. So the graphs will let you know like your trends, like how much you've weighed, how much you've lost. It also calculates how much you should eat in the following week, but you have to input all of your information, track all your meals and things like that. You can scan with a barcode, scan barcodes as well. So it's just really cool to kind of see where you are, what trend, because a lot of times people say, oh, I don't eat that much, or I haven't eaten that many carbs today, or just they underestimate how much they consume. And either one of these apps are good for keeping yourself honest and accountable, just so you can see where you are, right? So currently, right now, I'm using Macro Factor and I absolutely love, 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 love. Both of these you can download on your phone, play around with them, see which one you like best, see which one is best suited for your needs. And if you have any questions about any of them, just let me know. I'm in the Circle app and just message me. So let's continue that. How to um, eat smaller portions. So we have our small plate here, right? So I know usually, especially in the States, we have these huge plates that we're able to load up so much food on. But maybe try using those saucer plates. That might help you with your portion control, because if that plate is bigger, you're more likely to try to fill it up, or someone is going to try to fill it up for you. But try the smaller portion plate and utilize that first. See how you feel. Drink some water as you're eating, so then that way you're not overfilling yourself with food. All right. Now the snack. I know a lot of people who are snackers. I'm personally not a snacker. I am definitely a foodie, and I love to eat food, consume my calories through food. Now, if you are a snacker, I am not judging you at all. Snacks are delicious. But if you're utilizing the bag and just eating out the bag, you're not going to know how much you're consuming at all. You'll just sit there during work or while you're at home watching TV, chilling, and the next you know, that bag is empty. That could at least be 400 calories just in that one bag, right? So that is a good way to mitigate eating too much snacks is portion it out. Get you a little Ziploc bag or a little cup, portion it out to according to the serving size. So then that way you don't just go through your snacks and say to yourself, if I'm going to get a bag of pretzels, I'm going to make this last all week, right? So then you portion out your pretzels and you can have pretzels every day. And then you can track that in your MyFitnessPal or Macro Factor. Guess what? It's journal time again. Here it is. Is there a specific time of day you overeat? Think about that. It could be first thing in the morning. It could be lunchtime because you've skipped breakfast. It could be after dinner, that midnight snack because you didn't eat a full meal, like with protein, enough protein throughout the day. Maybe you didn't drink enough water. So just think about what time of day do you usually overeat, and it could be multiple times a day. So pause the video, take 2 minutes, write it down, and then jump back in. Okay, welcome back. Let's get into our last and final lesson, lesson 3, mindful ways to stop overeating. So, other than eating larger portions than necessary, another thing that I've done and I know people who have done before is eating too fast. It's like you always got to go, go, go. There's something happening, or you got to hurry up and eat for whatever reason. And I don't know about you, but as I age doing that, like I get stomach pains and then it just does not sit well with me. It makes me nauseous or just mess up my digestion tract. So now I make it a point when I'm eating to slow down. The plate is not going to run away from you while you're eating. So just take your time, slow down and eat. And if someone else is rushing you, let them know this is your lunchtime, dinner time, whatever time of day it is, and you have the right to eat your food. Now, this is not BMT anymore when we had like 5 minutes to eat a full meal. Okay. We're out of that stage, thankfully. Next, listen to body cues. If you're eating too fast, you're not going to know when you're full. It takes 20 minutes for your brain to register that you've consumed enough food. So that connection between your gut and your brain, it takes time. So try eating that smaller portion, drinking at least 8 ounces of water, wait 20 minutes, right? Go do something, don't focus on the food, and then see how you feel from there. Because then most of the time, your body is going to tell you that you are full and it is time to step away from the table. Now, if you're having issues with those body cues and you're not able to um, determine when you're done eating, when you're full, maybe you want to talk to your doctor about that and see what's going on because it could be a hormone imbalance issue and you definitely want to get that checked out. Staying hydrated. I did mention throughout the slide so far that you should consume water, but staying hydrated is so important. I have to tell this to my kid all the time because she's always saying she's hungry. But first thing I ask her is, "Have you drank water?" Because you just ate like 15 minutes ago. Most of the time, the answer is no. So then she drinks water, runs around, and forgets about the food. So I'm suggesting the same to you. If you're hydrated, you are going to consume less calories because your body sends the same signal for hunger as for thirst. It's not different. So the feeling you get for hunger outside of your stomach growling, that's different. Your body is going to send the same signal for dehydration. So drink plenty of water throughout the day. Get you a water bottle. They have ones at pretty much every store now. You can get them on Amazon as well, of the ones that have like the time of day, and it gives you like 2 hours to consume this much, 2 hours to consume that much. Or you can put a timer on your phone to make sure you're hydrated and to mitigate like headaches and overeating and things like that. Next, avoid emotional eating. This one was hard for me. So emotional eating is basically you're stressed, you're tired, and instead of going to sleep or dealing with that stress, you reach for a snack, you reach for food, and you use that food to fill that void or to make you feel better in that moment. But then all that does is hinder your fitness goals. That just makes you consume way too many calories that you need. And you can utilize the journal to write down what you're feeling while you're eating it. Or if you go to reach for food, why are you reaching for the food or the snack or whatever it is? So then that way you're not consuming too many calories, especially at night. For me, it was at night, I would stay up later. I've already had dinner, but I would stay up too late. And then by that time, I'm going to be hungry because moving into my hunger window, or I'm just trying to utilize the food to stay up longer so I can get more done. But that all that doing is hindering me. It's not helping me at all. So I've learned to cut off my work time at a certain time and not just eat to stay up because that's all I was doing. All right. Lastly, we have prioritize quality sleep. This kind of rolls into what I was saying before. If you are getting, it's recommended that you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. I know you're probably like 7 hours. I get like 4 or 5. Well, if you can't do it every day, at least try one day a week. Try to set it up to where you have your evening all planned out, dinner's already prepped, eat your food, get the kids together, and you all try to go to bed at the same time. I know there might be a lot going on, but if you prioritize like your tasks throughout the day, it'll get a little bit easier. Like I said, I had to work on this as well. Now I'm averaging 7.5 hours of sleep. Not every night, but most nights I'm getting that much. But you can set your days up, your evenings up to where you're able to slow down, get that sleep, so then your body can do what it needs to do while you're asleep, which is um, digestion and recovery, everything that you need to prep you for the next day so you're not tired and sluggish and repeating that cycle all over again. All right, here's our last journal. What feelings or emotions are associated with overeating? So pause the video, think about that, take 2 minutes, and then when you're ready, push play. All righty. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys did a great job. You should be very proud of yourself. So I definitely hope that you got something out of this. Again, if you have questions, feel free to message me in the Circle app. Um, I am more than happy to answer any questions or anything that you have. So let's get into our word of the week. Our word of the week, which is very appropriate, which is mindful. It means conscious and aware of something. So this week, just go into being more mindful of how much you consume, what foods you consume. And then your affirmation for the week is I am fully engaged in what foods I consume. And then next week topic is say no to what is not serving you. So I hope you enjoy next week's topic. Again, if you need anything, you have any questions, just message me in the Circle app and I will get to you as soon as possible. All right. Thank you and see you next week.